Benny was a brown rabbit with a white fluffy tail. His tail was so fluffy that it looked like a little cloud following him wherever he went. He loved to hop and play. Benny would spend hours jumping around, chasing butterflies and rolling in the soft grass. But most of all, Benny loved his garden. It was his special place, a sanctuary where he felt at peace. It was filled with carrots, lettuce and juicy berries. The garden was a colourful paradise bursting with life and delicious treats. Benny spent hours each day tending to his garden. He watered the plants carefully, making sure each one got enough to drink. He pulled the weeds diligently, ensuring his plants had room to grow. He even sang to them. His sweet melodies seemed to make the plants grow even faster.
My garden is my pride and joy. It's the best place in the world. I love sharing my harvest with my friends. It makes me so happy to see them enjoy the fruits of my labor. Here, Rosie, have some crunchy carrots. They are fresh and sweet just for you. And Barnaby, these juicy berries are for you. I picked them this morning.
Everyone loved Benny's fresh vegetables and fruits. They were the best in the forest. One sunny morning, Benny went to his garden. The sun was shining brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers. He was excited to water his plants. He grabbed his watering can and started his usual routine. He hopped along, humming a happy tune. His heart was light, and he couldn't wait to see how his plants had grown. But when he reached his garden, he stopped in his tracks. Something was wrong. The garden didn't look the same. Benny's garden was wilting. The lettuce was droopy. The carrots were dry. The once bright flowers were starting to droop. Benny's ears drooped too. He didn't understand. He had taken such good care of his plants. Benny scratched his head. He checked the soil. He checked the sun. Everything seemed fine. But his garden was still wilting. What could he do? Benny felt tears welling up in his eyes. His beautiful garden was dying.
Oh no, my garden, what happened? I did everything right. Why is it wilting?
Just then, Benny heard a tiny voice.
What's wrong, little bunny?
Benny wiped his tears and looked around. He couldn't see anyone.
Down here.
Benny looked down at his feet. There, sitting on a blade of grass, was a tiny fairy. She was so small that she could easily be missed if you weren't looking closely. She had delicate wings that shimmered in the sunlight, and a sparkly dress that looked like it was made of the finest silk. Her name was Lily, and she was the most enchanting creature Benny had ever seen. Benny had heard stories about fairies from his grandmother, but he had never met one before. He couldn't believe his eyes. Lily was as small as Benny's thumb, but her voice was clear and kind. It was as if she had a magical presence that made her seem larger than life.
I'm Lily. Why are you so sad? She asked, her voice filled with genuine concern.
Benny told Lily about his wilting garden. He had tried everything he could think of to save it, but nothing seemed to work. He explained how he had watered it, given it sunlight, and even talked to the plants, but they continued to wither. Lily listened patiently, her eyes never leaving Benny's face. When Benny was finished, Lily smiled warmly, her eyes twinkling with a hint of mischief.
I think I can help, she said confidently, her wings fluttering with excitement.
She reached into her pocket and pulled out a tiny pouch that seemed almost too small to hold anything of value. It shimmered with all the colours of the rainbow, casting a magical glow around them.
This is magic dust, she explained, her voice filled with wonder. It will help your garden grow big and strong, just like it was meant to be. With this, your plants will thrive and bloom beautifully. Lily opened the pouch with a sense of anticipation. A sprinkle of shimmering dust floated out, catching the sunlight and creating a dazzling display. Lily gently blew the dust over Benny's garden, her breath sending the particles dancing through the air.
The air sparkled and shimmered like 1,000 tiny stars. Benny held his breath, his eyes wide with wonder. He couldn't believe his eyes. It was like a dream unfolding right before him. The wilted plants perked up almost instantly, their leaves unfurling and reaching for the sky. The dry soil became moist, as if it had just been kissed by a gentle rain. The drooping flowers stood tall and proud, their petals vibrant and full of life. Benny's garden was coming back to life. It was a transformation like no other. It was even more beautiful than before. The colors were brighter, more vivid, and the air was filled with a sweet fragrance that attracted bees and butterflies.
Benny was overjoyed. He couldn't contain his excitement. He hopped up and down, thanking Lily over and over again. How did you do it? Benny asked, his voice filled with curiosity.
Lily smiled, her eyes twinkling with a secret. It wasn't just the magic dust, she said softly. It was your love and care for your garden that made the magic work. Without your dedication, the dust would have been powerless.
Benny learned a valuable lesson that day. He learned that taking care of something means more than just watering and weeding. It means putting your heart into it. And he learned that with a little help from friends, even the toughest problems can be solved.
Benny continued to tend to his garden with love and care. Lily visited often, and they became the best of friends. Benny shared his delicious vegetables with Lily. Lily shared her knowledge of plants and magic with Benny.
Benny's garden became the most beautiful in the land. Animals from all over came to admire its beauty. They learned about the importance of friendship, love, and caring for the things that matter most. Everyone has a garden of their own. It might not be a garden with flowers and vegetables. It might be a friendship, a talent, or a dream. Just like Benny's garden, these things need love, care, and a little help from our friends to grow and flourish. So let's remember Benny and Lily. Let's remember to nurture our own little gardens with kindness, dedication, and a sprinkle of magic from the hearts of those around us.